welcome to the New Dawn Show. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I'm your host, Nakuyeta Garan. To kick us off is the news headlines.
We would want our children to learn in a safe and clean environment, and we also would not want them to miss their lessons for a long time.
Tukuwapea mbegu, ndawa, hata ndawa na hata hizo mbegu za ng'ombe ili tuweze kuisha magonjwa.
My suggestion is that this matter can be handled in Parliament.
So, President William Ruto on Monday addressed the nation on the ongoing demonstration calling for peace amongst Kenyans.
I am suggesting that the issues that have been raised by our friends on the matter of IEBC, my suggestion is that this matter can be handled in Parliament by a bipartisan parliamentary process so that we can agree on what it is they have an issue with, and we can adjust as is agreed and as necessary.
Heading on to other news, Mukumu Girls School closed after a disease outbreak over suspected food and bacteria poisoning causing the death of 2 students.
We would want our children to learn in a safe and clean environment, and we also would not want them to miss their lessons for a long time. And so we've agreed that we are going to suspend learning for some time as we address the key issues that we strongly believe have led us to this.
And we want to take this early opportunity to send our heartfelt condolences to the families of these children, and we want to assure them they are in our prayers. The school is going to stand with them. The government is going to stand with them. We will stand with them as their elected leaders so that we make it slightly better to bear.
CS Mithika Linturi asks Kenyans demanding for lower unga prices to be patient as the government works to steady the economy.
To plan, to look for money from treasury, to be able to give you fertilizer, to be able to give you seed, mbegu za kupanda mahindi, za kupanda, tukuwapea mbegu, ndawa, hata ndawa, na hata hizo mbegu za ng'ombe, ili tuweze kubadilisha mambo hii. My call to everyone here that is inspired to go for any demonstration is to ask you to demonstrate in your shambas, planting maize, planting coffee, putting fertilizer on our tea, na mambo kama hayo.
We're going to talk about nutrition. I know it's a lengthy and a very rare topic, but today we have to get down and talk about it. With me in studio, I have very amazing guests, and I can't wait to learn with you guys. Welcome. So, thank you for coming, darling.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So yeah, let's start by you guys introducing yourselves.
My name is Vindrat Kitari. I'm the Principal Secretary from Ministry of Health, and I'm so happy to be here, and I'm sure today I'm going to educate you much about nutrition.
Thank you so much.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm a student at Daisy University, pursuing School of Health and Science, and I'll be able to teach you about how to have a balanced diet, how to eat, how to live healthy. Yes.
Indeed, thank you. And you know the most powerful word is teach me, and that's what I'm here to say. Teach me, Elizabeth. Teach me, Winright. Yeah. See you after the break.
In the hottest months and the coldest days, we dedicate ourselves to you because thirst knows no seasons. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
I hope you have your notebook books with you because it is a learning session. Like I said, today we're going to talk about nutrition, and it's a very lengthy topic. I hope we all get to learn something, if not, one or two. So with me in studio is Wainwright, who is the Principal Secretary Health, and my good friend Elizabeth, who is a student in the School of Sciences. So, Wainwright, just to start us, what is a balanced diet?
Okay, a balanced diet is a diet that improves your health, or rather I can say, because there are types of nutrition. We have proteins, we have carbohydrates, we have fats, we have vitamins. So when you balance them, there's a way you balance them, and we're going to talk about that. So when you balance them, that's what we call balanced diet. You have to take them equally. Not having one meal, you have two of the nutrients. You have to have all the nutrients to be balanced for health and for cure of diseases, to avoid such diseases.
Balance is the word I got. So what is the importance of a balanced diet?
So, importance of having a balanced diet, you can control your weight.
Okay.
2, it fights off diseases like cancer, leukemia and all. So if you take a balanced diet every day, every time, lunchtime, breakfast and supper, make sure you balance it well, as my partner said. So the importance of having a balanced diet, it controls your health, it fights off diseases, then it maintains your body weight, and make sure your plate has carbohydrates, has proteins, and has food that adds fiber to your body.
Okay, thank you. So I have a question. I would prefer if both of you answer this because it is a little general. So my question is, genuinely, is it common to preserve a balanced diet? Like, do people really measure that? According to the research done, maybe you will tell us, according to you as a student, do people really do that? I believe you will answer the question best. Yes. Do you think people, you yourself maybe?
Thank you for the question. So I'll start by saying I used to not take in balanced diets, but now I take. Reasons being that we are humans.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take meals to just get full. We
True.
don't check the balanced diet.
True.
Then later on, when we now get to have health issues, that's now we want to focus on the balanced diet
So
because
true.
the doctor has told you this and this and this. I feel like you should secure your future, because these are things that we learn from other people.
True.
So it's a lot to start having balanced diet. It takes discipline, because we all have a lot of expectation. You just have to have patience if you only take the balanced diet. And once you get to start by the first day, it takes 21 days to change. So if you get used to it, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a good, healthy life.
Thank you.
So for me, it is important because before I was a fan of junk food. I used to eat pizza and all.
We all are, I think. We are.
So right now, what I've learned from my lecturer is that balanced diet, it will help maintain my body figure, as young people who want to maintain that amazing figure. So when you take a balanced diet, it will help even as young people who want to have that amazing figure, that when people see you and be like, what are you taking? Are you taking this food or this food? Are you doing exercise? So, and also it has given me energy for the day. Like when you eat a balanced diet, you'll have energy to go to work, to go to the supermarket, to go to the mall. So it is very important, Yeah.
And just to add on that, surprisingly, people don't know about that. Balanced diet gives you enough sleep and very normal sleep. Because I see people complaining, I have insomnia, this and this. People forget even the balanced diet is a contribution to you having a good sleep.
Yeah.
So I feel like people should note that.
Amazing, thank you guys. I am totally tagged. Personally, I just feel dragged because anyway. So next question: what are the right proportions to take? Like, how are we supposed to measure food? Are we supposed to measure it like we measure lunch, breakfast, supper, or are we supposed to take it? How are we supposed to do it?
Well, according to our research, the carbohydrates should have the highest percentage. Give it a 70. When it comes to proteins, give it a 12%. And then when it comes to fats, give it a 25%, to get it to 100%. You're supposed to make sure, you should make sure that your plate is balanced
but now the percentage is different.
Okay.
But just have a balanced diet.
Okay.
And depends on what you take, because you can't take vitamin, and you can't take carbohydrate. People should know that there's a carbohydrate. We're gonna mention some of the carbohydrates and proteins and also the vitamins and the fats we should take.
And Elizabeth, educate us. What's the best time to take breakfast? What's the best time to take lunch? And what's the best time to take dinner?
Wow, good question. So, as a student, and I've heard from many nutritionists, is that in the morning when you wake up, if you wake up at 6, make sure you take your breakfast after, like 7, you know? And then don't take a heavy breakfast that will give you energy to go for the day, because that is the most important meal of the day, breakfast.
Exactly.
Then lunchtime is between 10 to 12. Don't take it to your lunch at 4 p.m. It would be of help to your body.
Yeah.
So from 10 to 12. Then supper. Take it from 7 to 8, 9, but do not take your supper at 10. That is not even healthy. It's not even healthy to your body. So when you're taking breakfast, take the heaviest of food. Maybe eat food. Then lunch, take maybe a snack. Not a snack. And then dinner, maybe eat yogurt, fruits. Yeah, that is all.
Okay, thank you so much. So to understand this, to break this down, let us think of one very simple meal like spaghetti and meatballs. You know, that's a very common meal for everyone. So we have a nutritionist. We would like him to tell us more about the components of, spaghetti and meatballs, to understand everything better, because I feel like we need to understand the nitty-gritties of every component in that plate. So this is what our nutritionist had to say.
This time round, when we're having the spaghetti and the meatballs, let us begin talking about the spaghetti. What are the nutritional value of the spaghetti, and what are the benefits that we can get from spaghetti? Beloved viewers, number one, remember spaghetti is a carbohydrate, and it provides you with an adequate amount of carbohydrates like you could get from rice, like you could get from ugali, like you could get from any other carbohydrate source. But remember also spaghetti or pasta on the other hand is one of these refined processed foods. So you need to exercise a little bit of moderation when you're doing your spaghetti. Remember, too much of processed food also is not so good to your health because of increased sugars. Especially for your diabetic relatives, you need to be very careful when you're giving them spaghetti, because studies have shown that most diabetic patients or individuals will complain or will notice spiking in their sugars after a meal of spaghetti. So what you need to do is reduce a bit the portion servings, or the other healthier plan will be do whole grain spaghetti, not highly processed, the spaghettis which are highly processed, which will add more sugar.
Like Jeff just told us, spaghetti is purely carbohydrates. So let me ask this. What are the benefits of carbohydrates?
Carbohydrates helps in fiber. Number 2, there is energy storage. That's why I was saying when you're taking breakfast, like when you have carbohydrates, you'll have the energy to push on the day. It helps in fiber, energy, compared to energy. Alafu kuna hiyo energy storage for kicking in the day if you are playing football, you know. Alafu kuna hiyo the aspect of that is converted to glucose. And what are the examples of carbohydrates? Kuna ugali, kuna rice, kuna chapo. Hizo vitu zote kula. You know, ndio zikusaidie in the day.
Okay. So, Winright, previously, or should I say this, back in the day, people used to eat whole grain maize. Like, let's imagine if it's maize, it wasn't grinded previously. It was maize and whole maize, all right? So, and talk about kienyeji, mboga za kienyeji. People used to eat that. Currently, we are moving into junk, or that is what we're having right now. What do you think what do you think about that? How is it affecting our health? Yeah.
First of all, I'd say it's sad, because nowadays that's not what happens. Kitambo, if you check, if you can use Swahili, people who used to take those meals, ni watu wako na energy. Hata ulikuwa na vile wanafanya kazi. People never used to go to hospitals. People never used to have some diseases that we have right now. Because some diseases have cropped right now. Because now we're not introduced to, unbalanced meals. Tu zinaleta magonjwa. So I feel if people were that kind enough to go back to eating those things, zitawafanya kuwe healthy. Because now people are coming to the hospital. Obesity is one of the, how do I say?
Highest.
Exactly, that we get complaint in our ministry. So I feel like if we go back to what we were doing back then, I don't think we'll be having these issues. And people are trying to go and hide in the gyms to reduce their body, but they don't know deep enough. Peer balanced diet is also contributing to their health and body.
Thank you. Balanced diet is the largest contribution to our bodies. So this is what our nutritionist has to say about the proteins.
Also to talk about the meatballs that we prepared. Remember, meat is a complete protein. Meat provides you with adequate proteins. We know proteins are important for bodybuilding, especially for underweight people. When you want to build some muscle mass, you want to add some little kgs, you can say, you need to add some protein sources like meat, the one we used in our meatballs. But remember also, you need to be careful about the meat. Remember, always we say moderation is important. Too much of anything, as they say, is poisonous. So as you do your meat, you do a little bit of moderation. Check your servings, your portion servings, so that you don't do too much of the meat.
As I said, proteins play a very big role in maintaining the heart. So, what do you guys think about that?
The heart is a very major component of the body.
Okay.
So imagine hatungekuwa na heart, tungekuwa na survive na nini? Like near the main organ yenye na pump blood through your body, inakufanya usikie you are alive, unakuwa na damu kwa mwili, So then nikaangalia that there is kuna importance of keeping your heart. One, exercise regular. Exercise.
That's how to maintain it. Okay.
Like we exercise. No, make sure like
to keep it healthy.
To keep it healthy, yes.
Okay.
Next, eat well. Like kula vizuri. Lakini usikule like kuna zile heart conditions zile zinafanyaga sijui what happened. Sijui what.
Student in here.
Fine, niko sawa.
Yeah.
Because it's allowed hivi kwa hivi venye yako.
Continue,
Because it's never scripted.
But you
hapa tuko na 48 minutes guys.
Aya, twende, don't have time.
Okay. So you maintain a healthy lifestyle. Usikule kila kitu. Usikule kitu iko na fat inafanya upate heart problems. Exercise. Fanya exercise. True. Eat healthy. Yeah, true. So those are the most important ones for you to keep your heart going and doing well. Yeah.
I can also add something about that. We're forgetting about hydration. Hydrating is a key. It's also a key. We should always hydrate and also take a lot of vitamins, because the vitamins are the ones that help the veins. Do you see there's a lot of pumping? A lot is happening in the heart.
True.
So if you want the veins and the arteries to work well, you should take a lot of vitamins too, and also water. So I would recommend for water. Don't take a lot of sugar, a lot of salt. Hydrate.
Thank you so much. I think what I am learning is discipline, because this is not new to us. Like the nutritionist said, nothing is new to us, but it is very important to do what? To be disciplined, If you start this, like you said in the beginning, it takes 21 days. Do it repeatedly so that it becomes part of your habit. So yeah, that is very important. And before we conclude, taking advantage of our PS here, the most recent issue about Mukumu girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what do you have to say about that?
We as a ministry, we are so sad about that. Before when I say something, I'm sorry for what happened to Mukumu girls. that should be checked.
True.
Now I feel here is more about hygiene because then I've been to high school. Everyone has to be
True,
right?
true.
So we see how our cooks, we take normal food, githeri. What else we take? Rice.
Githeri with weevils.
You know,
I know.
Exactly. We've taken those weevils. Actually, we used to call them meat.
I know, but they were.
Yeah, they were.
Sorry,
So I feel like yes, tuliko tunakula vizuri. So I feel now hygiene comes in here. Vile the hygiene is. I don't know, is it kwa food? Is it the cooks? Is it the plates? Is it the students?
The water?
The water. What could be the problem? We're yet to find out. So the ministry is working on that, and you'll not hear any case. I'm sorry, you'll not hear any case about what happened to Mukomo girls. So yeah, let's just be disciplined. Let's keep hygiene. I'm sorry we didn't base on that sana, but hygiene is also important. When if you want to take balanced diet when you're preparing, for example, kales, just wash them.
I think we're supposed to. That is definitely a topic we should have. Our viewers will tell us because hygiene just needs a whole show, a whole episode for us to talk about it. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much for honoring my call. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the knowledge. You know, you had better things to do, but you chose to be here. Thank you so much. To our viewers, thank you so much. Thank you for watching till the end, and let's meet tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be talking about mental health. Yeah. I'm going to have amazing guests for you. You know I do the best for you guys. Love you. See you. I've been your host, Nakuyeta Garan. Love you.
In the hottest months and the coldest days, we dedicate ourselves to you because thirst knows no seasons. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
Watoto wa wavungwa ndio
mbele ya Class na Keo na Shahidi. Haya, niko tayari kukariri shairi. Mada. Miles of resource you appreciate. Wema wako umetufikia sisi tuliokataliwa, sisi tuliyetengwa na jamii kwa makosa ya wengine. Hongera askofu na wafadhili wetu. Miles of resource we appreciate. Hatukuwa kitu machoni mwa wengi, tulionekana wabaya, kisa na mahana tu watoto wa wafungwa. Hongera askofu na wafadhili wetu. Miles of resource we appreciate. Tulitengwa na jamii, kisa na maana sisi ni watoto wa Wakristo. Makosa si yetu bali twala matunda ya makosa yao. Hongera askofu na wafadhili wetu. Miles of resource we appreciate. Kukosa karo si haba, baridi kwa kukosa mavazi. Ukarimu wako umetutoa mafundisho. Hongera askofu na wafadhili wetu. Miles of resource we appreciate. Kweli utu si kimo, utu si mali, utu ni moyo. Utu wako umedhihirika. Hongera askofu wetu na wafadhili wetu. Miles of resource we appreciate.
Watoto wa wavungwa ndio watoto ambao hatujaona wakishughulikiwa na yeyote yule. Kuna miradi ya kusaidia wajane Kenya, kuna miradi ya kusaidia hata yatima Kenya, kuna miradi ya kusaidia vikundi vya wamama, kuna miradi ya kusaidia vikundi vya vijana, lakini sijasikia mahali popote kuna mradi wa kusaidia watoto wa mzazi ambaye amefungwa. Na kama Bishop, ningetaka kutoa mwito kwa serikali ya Kenya kuwa na pesa maalum ya kusaidia watoto wa mzazi ambaye amefungwa. Ni kwa nini? Kwa sababu mzazi ambaye, kama shairi limesema mahali hapa, wanalipa makosa ya wazazi wao. Wazazi wao kule jela, sisi tulienda nikiwa na kikundi yangu, tukakuta waliofungwa jela wanalala kwa magodoro. Nikakuja kwa familia zao nyumbani, nikakuta watoto wao wanalala chini. Nikaenda jela, nikakuta watu wamefungwa kule na wanaona TV, wako mastarehe kule. Nikakuja kwa watoto wao huko manyumbani, nikakuta hata wajui redio ni nini. Nikaenda kule kwa jela, nikakuta mtu amefungwa jela, ameua, ameiba, anakula kila siku, akosi breakfast, akosi lunch, akosi chakula za jioni. Nikakuja kwa watoto wao nyumbani, nikakuta wanalala njaa, hawana kitu ya kula. Hawa ndio watoto wanafaa kushughulikiwa. Mtoto wa mfungwa analipia mara 4 makosa ya mzazi, na huyu mtoto hakuna makosa aliyofanya. Kwa nini mtoto ateseke kwa sababu ya makosa ya mzazi wake? Kwa nini akose kwenda shule kwa sababu ya makosa ya mzazi wake? Mzazi anakula vizuri njera, mtoto analala njaa. Mzazi anavaa vizuri njera, analala kwa mattress, analala kwa vitanda vizuri. Mtoto wake aliyeacha nyumbani anaumia, analala chini. Kuna mzazi tulinjengea nyumba, watoto wananyeshewa kwa sababu ako njera. Kuririkana kana gatina mutethia ni giko kya wendo.
Tendo la kukumbuka mtoto ambaye hana msaidizi ni tendo la upendo.
Giko kya kuririkania mongia wandigwa ni giko kya wendo.
Tendo la kumkumbuka mjane ni tendo la upendo.
Giko kya kuririkana mundu muove ni giko kya wendo.
Tendo la kumkumbuka mfungwa ni tendo la upendo.
Na mwamende ngwire kutimwa na damu weze kwenda.
Na nataka nikwambia kwamba hakuna mwanadamu ajuaye kupenda.
Serikali inafaa ifuatilie hawa watoto, hakuna makosa wamefanya, na wakikosa kushughulikiwa basi nao mwishowe wanaenda jela kama wazazi wao. Inakuwa ni cycle, kwa sababu mzazi alifungwa, mtoto anakuja kufungwa kwa sababu huyo mtoto hapati masomo, hapati chakula, anakazirika na watu kwa sababu anashindwa. Mzazi wake alifungwa na yeye anateseka kwa makosa aliyofanya. Kwa nini? Saa hii sasa tunawatengenezeanga Christmas ku make sure wanajienjoy kama watoto wa wazazi wale wengine. Na huu ni mwito ningetaka kuitisha kila mmoja wa Kenya, msaidie mradi huu. Tunashukuru charity moja wanaitwa Miles of Great Hope, manake wamechagua watoto 28 out of ya watoto hao tuko nao 60. Wakasema hao 28 watawashughulikia school fees, watawashughulikia uniforms, watashughulikia viatu. Na ningetaka kushukuru pia Wakenya ambao ni marafiki wetu House of Glory Present Church. Wametoa 50 bob, wametoa 100, wametoa 200. Mahali popote walipo, Mungu awabariki sana, kwa sababu ingewezesha hao watoto kupata Christmas. Hata Kenya Food Bank walitupatia unga hapa ambacho watoto wao wataenda nayo, na tunashukuru Mungu.
Yesu atupenda, Yesu atupenda, Yesu atupenda, Yesu atupenda.
tunajiita house of tunajiita children of imprisoned parent empowerment. Ukienda kwa Facebook utatupata mahali pale, na ukitufuatilia hapo tutakupa mwelekeo jinsi unaweza kushirikiana nasi na kushughulikia watoto. Unachukua mtoto mmoja hapa na unashughulikia, ama unaamua kuna kampuni zinatupatia vitabu kwa sababu ya kuna kampuni zinatupatia peremende kwa sababu ya hawa watoto, make sure wanafurahia. Na kama watoto walivyosema, kutoa si kimo, kutoa si ukubwa, kutoa ni moyo wa mtu. Kutoa ni moyo wa mtu. Na kutoa si lazima iwe kitu kikubwa unatoa. Hiyo kidogo utatoa, kipatie mtoto kama huyu furaha leo, ni kitu kikubwa. Kama kiatu hata haiwezi toka zaidi ya 1,000 ya 1,000, yet hii kiatu haitaisha. Hii kiatu itaenda miaka 2 3.
Haleluya, Yesu atupenda. Haleluya, Yesu atupenda. Haleluya, Yesu atupenda.
Hello. I'm here with Belzina Kutai. So I want to ask you a very simple question. Do you consider a balanced diet when you prepare to live?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because eating healthy is living healthy. If you want to live long, you have to really consume healthy food because garbage in, garbage out.
Some people prefer it like me, and some others don't. Let's say, okay, like me, I'm 50-50, you know. So I prefer sometimes to balance diet when I'm sick, but when I'm not sick, what I do is eat it.
Thanks.
Just like that. I'm used to it. It's a habit in me.
Okay.